I'm like, oh my God, what a God. I know they're trying to kill me. I know they're trying to kill me. And they're going to kill me, please. I'm going to be naked when I'm dead. Oh my God, in them cuckoo. I'm going to be dead.
Man, everybody sitting at you feeling like they all are gone, nigga. Study the game and I can tell you what I saw, nigga. It's a ball, nigga. And everybody wanna know just how I'm feeling, man. I'm feeling like I'm on, nigga. I got my goons ready for war. We about to shake the game and break the law, nigga. One time, look.
Come. 3, 2. I actually forgot because we're eating so cool. But yeah. Okay. So Gozani, I go by the name of Gogo Kubu. You guys know me as Mpokun, and welcome to my channel. Today is another Sangoma segment because I saw how you guys enjoyed the last one, so I decided I'm gonna give you guys
another one.
So let's get started. So today, guys, ngizokutshela ngejeni to phehlo. My Angela to phehlo. My way there. So I'm gonna begin with recapping about how I used to trance in my room. So if you watch last week's segment, you'll know that I used to really go through the most in my room. I'll be trancing everywhere I go, please, until ngazangangene ephehlweni. And that's what made me realize actually, yay, it's time, you know? So even with going through all of that, I hadn't told my mom. I hadn't told my mom, please. I hadn't told her, your child has gone through it. And also partly because I was scared, you know. Uma mami used to keep me away from Mizangoma for a long time. And I guess it's that thing, when you're a parent and your child is gifted, you kind of know, you know, even if you don't know consciously, subconsciously you know, yay, you know what's up. So my mom probably knew what's up, but she didn't really know what's up. So she would always be like, hey, Makala is doing gomani lab. Hey, whoa, come, my baby, come in the house. And that's probably also what advises me had been scared of Izangoma, you know. But okay, I was scared, but you know what? I want to tell her. And I tell my brother. So I'm like, you know, I gotta tell mama. You know what it's like, you know? And he's like, hey, you gotta tell her, Vele, because I mean, you gifted and you're gonna have to do the process anyway. But he's like, don't go alone. I'm perceiving that you shouldn't go alone. You should go with someone. So I'm like, my friend, my best boomber. I was like, you know, baby, please don't have an arm. So if you guys don't know, which you probably don't, my friend, my baby, I'll actually show her Lana. She my baby. Everybody knows I call her baby. I'll have a baby, but that will always be my baby. So I'm like, baby, please don't harm me. Sandra's like, okay, great. I'll go with you. I don't mind. And this was the first time she was coming to my home, and it's in the hood. So really, I really realized that she's really down for me when I asked her, and she didn't even hesitate. She was just like, you know what, it's cool. I'm gonna kappa you. I don't know where I'm going. You're probably gonna trance before we even get there, but sizofika, you know. We decide, no baby, sihambe. Yay, in the car, we are fine. But when I get close to home, wow, I can feel good now. Ilozi is coming. Wow. As soon as we get off, I'm just like, look here, we need to hurry because I don't want to make a scene. I don't want to be seen, please. Let's go. We hurry along. As soon as ngijiki khona ngibona ikhaya lami, yo, give it those. Yo, him lawyer, please. I'm the screamer. Yo. I ran home. Sham. Now, baby, she's coming. Yo. So, look, I'm going to mention somebody, but hey, please, I'm just mentioning you because you are part of the story. Please, you don't be offended because you know what's up. You know what you did. If you didn't want it on the screen, you shouldn't have did it. So the neighbor, she's a Sangoma. She sees me. And when it's neighbor, I don't want you thinking go to my next door neighbor ngapha or my next door neighbor ngale, or she just lives close by. She's a Sangoma. She did see me. She did see that it's something she recognizes. It's a load. She see me. I can't even talk or greet anyone because in Petros, yo, she's shook. I didn't tell her I'm coming home. And now something's happening with her baby girl and she doesn't know what it is because she's never seen someone trans before. And even with my brother, I mean, he wasn't transing the time he got there. So she had never seen this before. She's seeing it with her baby girl. She's seeing it with her last born, please. So I enter the house trancing and she's in a panic. We go into the room, please. Now the Lord is just talking, and they seem to be having a conversation then with my mom, and my mom is confused because now it's like there's someone else talking in my baby's body. What is going on? She's confused, mixed emotions. She gets really scared. But the neighbor, because she saw me, she comes inside. She asks, what is going on? She doesn't even knock. She doesn't know what is a knock. She just comes inside in the bedroom. She comes from the kitchen. She passed the kitchen. She passed the passage. She come in the bedroom. She come in. She's like, okay, what is going on? Wow. So now my mom is like, she just came like this. I don't know what's going on. Please, oh, what? Then Lucy is like, please, my darling, step outside. Okay? This is a family matter, please. But he doesn't say it like that, of course. But like, step outside. So the Lucy doesn't really say who to step outside, but humbly requests the lady to please remove herself from family business. And they weren't particularly nice. They weren't rude, but they weren't particularly nice because the lady, she be doing shenanigans. She be doing shenanigans, At least that's what the Lord told me at the time. Or at least told my mama. So then the lady does step outside because she doesn't know what's coming after that. She steps outside and she's like to my mom, please tell me what the Lozi says afterwards. Why Funwas? Bakchelile ukuthi it's a family matter, wena still, why? But okay. My mom is like, okay, let me just see what's going on. And I'm just trancing throughout, and I don't know what's happening because sometimes lizokhuluma idlozi, sometimes lingakhulumi, and I'm just, ngiyahayisa. So fine. My mom, she's in a panic. She begins to pray. Let me tell you, my mom prays, but I've never seen her pray like that. She starts praying, please. She's praying. She's walking up and down in the house. She's praying. She doesn't know what to do. So then, and talks to my mom and says a few things. And my friend is just shook Naya because she's also never seen me like this. She's heard Gucci I chant in my room and everything, and I told her, but she's never seen it like live like that. So everyone is shook, please. Everyone is listening to what the Lord has to say. Fine. I stop trancing. Then I come back to my senses. Can I tell you what my mom does? She walks outside. She locks the door. She locks the door. She locks us in the house. She leaves. She goes to my aunt's house. So my aunt stays nearby. She goes to my aunt's house. I see them. They're coming. Please. After a few minutes, I see. And there's no other key in the house. So I'm like, we locked inside. she comes with my aunts. I see them enter this neighbor's house. Okay? They enter the neighbor's house. Then they are coming with the neighbor. They come inside. My aunt, she sits there, puts her hands on my head. She be praying. She prays, and I'm just accepting of it because I know everyone is just scared. They don't know what's going on. They've never seen this happen. But at the same time, Nami, I'm upset because this never happened with my brother. So why is it happening with me? So then, fine, she prays. Then the neighbor also sits down. And then now we are talking. The neighbor looks me dead in the eye. She's like, that's a demon. That's a get your money long. She's like, a demon. And I'm just like, okay, I'm open to it. Let's hear. Why do you think it's a demon? So she doesn't expect I'm going to challenge her. She thinks I'm going to just be like, oh, save me. She doesn't know I've already had encounters and I've already, consulted and know what's going on with me. So I'm like, what's going on? Tell me, why do you think it's a demon? She's like, oh no, ingaba ukuthi vele idlozi, but if idlozi izosiveza bese we'll know what to do. So I'm like, okay, what do you think we should do right now to find out? She's like, oh no, yazi ungayenzani uye uyobhula or uye esontweni, so I guess she was assuming ukuthi I'm going to say, oh ngikholwa ke ukuthi usibhule usazi ukuthi kwenzakalani. No, I was like, okay, thank you. Let's discuss with the family where we're going to go. Because I know we ain't going to you. So I'm like, okay, so Kuluma Nundin, please step outside. And she steps outside. And the family, we discuss, it's okay, what we're going to do. After a few arguments and a few back and forths and stuff, we end up deciding, you know what? We need to go to someone and at least get a second opinion. My cousin comes out of nowhere after all the drama. She comes out of nowhere. She's like, "Ay, nyalazi sonto lingahamba kulo. Nyalazi, I've been going to a church, gas by prophet and stuff like that." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, let's go," because my mom wants her proof in the pudding. Let's go. She's like, okay. Can I tell you on the way? I am telling my brother. I'm saying, look here. We are on the way to the church. And I'm scared for my life right now. I'm scared for my life because I don't know what's going to happen at the church, But something in me is just like, something's going to happen at this church. And you don't know what it is, but it's going to happen. And my brother's just like, let it happen, What are the odds that something bad is going to happen? And if it happens, I mean, idlozi, we all know it's idlozi, and they'll save you from whatever's going to happen. So I'm like, I'm going to trust you. Go. We get to the church. I won't mention any names because I've seen great work from this branch. And just because I had a bad encounter with this church, I don't want other people to feel like they can't get healing. Hey, we get to the church. I see people are in the chains. I'm just like, my God. I know they're going to put me in those chains. They're going to put me in lockup. I'm in jail. Wow. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me just try to calm down. Maybe if I calm down, they doesn't want to come see what's happening and try to save me or whatever, because also I haven't built that much of a relationship with Nidlozi to know what happens at that time. So I'm just like, I know. And also we have a history of my uncle who passed on. He had a similar encounter and he had to, like, every time he would trance and they didn't know what it was, bibamfasa, So I was just like, you know what? I know I'm going to go through this, but I'd rather be fasted at home than here, But singene esontweni, after baqeda ukusiboleka amarogo because awukwazi ukungena ngebhruku kulelo sonto, and it seems we have to await a service because every hour you have to stop, freeze, stop what you're doing, respect the hour, and then come in for a service. So that's what happened. We arrived exactly at, I think it was 2:00, if not 3. So we had to now go into the service. We get into the service with the people that are chained. So I'm like, hey, okay, maybe they're trying to get them deliverance. Maybe labantu laba keep our demon, you know? So singene, hithi lava. We are the singers, please, at the church that we don't know. We are the singers. We are drinking holy water. They are praying for us. Hey, sangena, sangena, sangena. Hey, after that, kufike ke usisi uzosibhula. Abhula bhule usisi. After a long wait, uthi abhula full Bible usisi. Can I tell you what she says? She says ukuthi khona umuntu othathe incwadi yami. Ngisesesikolweni. Wathatha incwadi yami, waboleka incwadi yami, wathatha wayisebenza, and then manje wenze ukuthi ngakwazi ukuphasa esikolweni, ngifakele izinto ntontoni. And she nailed everything else, like by saying ukuthi I'm stressed, I'm going through a lot, you know. She nailed everything else, and then she started talking about incwadi yami and stuff. And first of all, I'm just like, I don't borrow my books to anybody, you know. My mom made sure of it, you know. So I don't borrow my books to anyone, but I didn't dismiss the fact, Yoguti, it could happen because people be stealing your books out here and you don't know. Because I told her, I challenged her, and I was like, but I don't borrow anyone my books. And she's like, but you know, maybe umuntu uyithathile wazoyiletha uyibuyisa ungaboni, you know. So I don't want to dismiss and say maybe it did happen. We don't know. But she was like, okay, into uyidingayo is ibhavu. Sizothatha kumele uthenge 1, 2, 3, and then sizokufaka ibhavu yakhona. We go. We go by the list. Insipho, isawuti, ibisi, nani, namakhendlela. We go, we buy the list. We find we don't have enough money to buy ibisi as well. And what was funny is Guti, something was like, don't take all your cash. Don't take cash at all. Actually, my mom had the cash. Don't take your cash at all. Like, I knew something was gonna need money, but I was like, don't take the cash. Hey, sifike manje sesifuna ukuyenza. Umngani wami naye ubukele phela akazi ukuthi kwenzakalani. She's just respecting everyone's wishes. Umkhaphi and she's cupping me. She's supporting me through everything. We go nago bangifuna ukungihlohla manje behind the church in them cuckoo. Wow, we go in them cuckoo, please. Whoa, I see got this folly line. There's another girl that's also there having the same issues, I guess, and she also needs a bath. She has everything, but I tell them good mina angnabis. So they're like, no, it's fine. Uzobuya next week to conclude this thing. We go in. Yo, gimbon don't be now bamfaka bath. Now bayamtela. I'm just like, wow. They're going to do this to me? They're like, yes, Sikumula. I'm like, oh my God, what a God. I know they're trying to kill me. I know they're trying to kill me. And they're going to kill me, please. I'm going to be naked when I'm dead. Oh my God, in them cuckoo. I'm going to be dead behind the church. Naked. You know? And I was just like, wow. Wow, look where I've brought myself. But sikhululeke singene. Okay, mina ngingene. Naku abantu bathi bayasithela ngamanzi basicala ekhanda. Yo, you know, mawuthela ngamanzi, your first instinct is to cover your face because you're trying to breathe, you know? And bathela kaningi balibe bayathela. So I'm trying to breathe. I'm just like, no, whoa, hey. And every time I'm trying to, I'm like, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. They're trying to kill me. I knew it. Now they're drowning me. I know. I'm not going to come out of here alive. but and man, I'm just like, I know I'm not coming here again. I know for a fact I'm not coming here again. See, manje, to the lady to tell her ukuthi manje sesicedile, because they say ukuthi khona amanzi, holy water that I must take, that I must drink ekhaya. And I tell the lady ukuthi I'm done, and I didn't do it the busy, and I'm going to school mina next week manje ngiyenze njani. And I wasn't. I was lying, because I knew I'm not gonna come back here to do amabisi again and drown again. So I'm like, so what? Because besivalile vele esikolweni. So she's like, no, actually, yes, you must come back next week. Yaphuthuma. Because actually, bomele kube ukuthi uyahlala la esontweni. Sikwazi ukubona kahle, assess everything ukuthi it's right. Ulethe zonke incwadi zakho sozithandazela and do everything. I'm just like, why mele ngilethe zonke incwadi zami? Because if they took one book, why is everything happening the manner it's happening? You know? Why must they bring everything? Okay? So, fine. They ask for the book. I say, okay, I will see. I'll see if I can bring the book. But, fine. Yeah, understand ukuthi nithi kuyaphuthuma. And I hear you. I took the holy water. I leave, please. Yo, I get to my friend and my mother and my cousin. Yo, my friend, she's just like, look, let me tell you something. Do you see the guy of the church that was standing with me? I say, yes. She said, let me tell you something, what he told me. He said with his own mouth that he had a gift. Please. He came to the church. They told him similar stories. When they told him similar stories, he had to end up working for the church. He's been working for the church ever since. But lento iyenzela ukuthi idlozi lingamphathi. So that rather asebenze esontweni than ukuthi ayenze lento yokuthwasa. Hey! And I don't even know how the guy ended up telling my friend, because this is like top secret stuff, you know? He doesn't just talk about these things. It was just, my cousin was there and she was been to the church before, and she kind of, like, my cousin's a friendly person. She gets to know people quickly and people trust her. So I guess because my cousin was there, she was just like, oh, okay, I guess I can talk. It's people I can trust. Yeah. Can't he's telling the right people, because they're going to tell me, go to what a guan. Yeah. So I discovered, go to, no, man. Actually, this is what they do, you know? Because very obvious as a Sangoma Segment, you know? And your gift is to find out it was like Jela communicates with your ancestors, the client's ancestors, then gets intel on what's happening with this person. So this is when you're having a consultation. My ancestor speaks to your ancestors, communicates, brings back indaba, so we can tell you, we understand what's going on with you. It's not magic. So obviously this is a gift that can be used uprofeta, you know. This, however, doesn't mean ukuthi abantu abaprofitayo izangoma. They use a totally different thing. We'll probably discuss this in another segment, but they use a totally different thing. But obviously, because it's quite similar, you're able to say, okay, we can use this gift. We can use it, please, in our church. We see gold quality. So they wanted me to stay there, my God. And it made sense. Everything clicked, because this lady was saying, actually, you know, they were probably going to say, come here, do everything and whatnot, you know? Yeah, fast forward, let me tell you, I ended up finding out when I was doing the ritual yongena ephehlweni, finding out ukuthi actually, and these are people that didn't know my journey to phehlo. Obviously, they only know that bekumele ngene ephehlweni and that my baba was my baba because besengimbonile. But they didn't know what happened, because I hadn't told them ukuthi bekwenzakalani during my way there, my journey there. But they ended up seeing ukuthi I went to a church. Bengumuntu okholwa kakhulu. I actually don't even believe kwangoku ukuthi ngine gift. Ngisese in shock ngoba mina ngumuntu othandaza kakhulu. So I don't understand what's going on here. Please. And la bengiya khona, they were actually trying ukuvala ukuthi ngingaboni ukuthi kumele ngithwase. Ngigcine sengilapho, you know? Like people can do things to you without your knowledge, thinking ukuthi bakenzela ukukhanya, but they're actually stepping in the way of your path, you know? I don't want to say ukuthi they were sinister, even though they were going about sinister ways, you know, but they were stepping in the way of my path, you know. And had that thing been successful, had they completed whatever they wanted to complete, I wouldn't have been able to save my bloodline, you know. I wouldn't have been able to do the efforts that I'm doing, because utwasela your bloodline, you know. There's so many other things that will be fruitful for your bloodline just from you being a healer, you being able to help other people. It's like being a doctor, you know. So it was really disappointing to me ukuthi isonto lingayenza kanjena, you know. It was really disappointing to me. And ubungoma is not the antithesis potato. It's not the antithesis of Christianity, you know. It doesn't mean ukuthi ngoba wisangoma, hey, you're working for darkness, or you're ukhonza abanye abantu phandle kuNkulunkulu uthi I'm only the higher God and don't do it. Yes, he is. God is the higher power, you know. He is truly. And izangoma aren't even at that level, please, you know. Amadlozi, they aren't at God's level. In fact, nabo, they still call God their father, you know. They're just helping their bloodline to pave the way for the rest of the generation, and I will explain that in other videos. But they helping the bloodline to be able to not have izinto ngathi ikrito, not have izinto of curses in the bloodline, you know. You uktwasa, that cleanses your bloodline, you know. I'll explain that in other things, you know, in other segments. But look, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. And I want you guys to know this, especially if you're gifted. I don't want you to think that Ubungoma 1 is an antithesis of Christianity. I don't want you to think Uguti just because idlozi uyaliphahlela ukhuluma nalo uyalibonga, fana nokuthi umndeni wakho vele idlozi umndeni wakho, it's your family that has passed on. And anyway, mawuye emathuneni ukhuluma nabo, ukhuluma namadlozi wakho, please. So I don't want you to think ukuthi they're higher than God. God will always be the highest power, you know, forever. Nabo bebakhonza uNkulunkulu bephila, basekhonza uNkulunkulu. They're just doing their work even as they're passed on. And I don't want you guys to think ukuthi there's something wrong. Other people, they won't go through the journey with you, you know. You'll lose some friends, you'll lose other people, just don't understand, and that's okay. If they want to understand, they'll come through and be like, oh, please, can you explain to me what's going on? Because there is an explanation to it, you know. It's just that we're really brainwashed by a lot of things, and fear also plays a huge role in us being scared or feeling like it's the antithesis of Christianity. And we just don't understand that this is a whole spectrum of spirituality. You understand? Gonke kuhlangana with spirituality. And there's levels, you know, there's levels. Amadlozi aren't at the level of God, but they also bashonile, you know, so they vibrating at a higher frequency than we are, you know. So this is why you would say they're a higher power, but they're not the highest power. God will always be the highest power. And so I don't want you guys to think manje ukuthi gurongo, because then it means you don't believe in God. No, it doesn't mean that. So that's it for today. I hope you guys really enjoyed this. Please comment in the comment section. Please thumbs up there. And you know, if you like me, you can subscribe so you can see again, you know. But I love you guys. I love you guys. Ngintanda so much. And thank you. I saw how you guys enjoyed the last Sangoma segment, so I was like, pinned it with another one. So yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for the support.
All the days that I spent with you, all the years that I've been with you, I'm talking unconditional love that I got from you, and all the lies I had to make up when I